Hello. In this video, I want to talk about file sharing with Teams. Uh, Teams is a great tool to share files with students, but at first it can seem very cumbersome unless you find out a good way to do it. So I want to show you a good way to share files with students using Teams. I like my students to come in and get our PowerPoint presentation for the day every day. So they come in and they log into our new unit, and then our new PowerPoints are there ready and waiting for them. But because we all have 5 classes, that means you would have to upload your file to all 5 different classes. You can see all of mine over here at the left. That can be very time consuming, and as I found out, if you then discover a typo on one of your PowerPoints, you then have to change it on the new version that each individual class has. So that's 5 times that you have to fix that mistake. So I wanted to find an easier way to share files. So I want to show you my workaround. So what you do to do that is you create essentially a new class over here that is not one of your original classes at Roosevelt. So to do that, you go to office.com where you have all your Office Suite softwares. You go to SharePoint. Each of your classes is actually a SharePoint, essentially website almost. And so when you go to SharePoint, you see again your classes listed over here at the left. And I made a new one. So here you can see my period 3, period 4, period 1, period 6. For some reason my period 2 is down here. I made a new one that I called Generic Algebra 2. And then essentially what I will do is I will share this new class with all my other Algebra 2s. And then I will only upload files to this one, and then it will get dispersed to the others because it is shared. So the way you do that is you right here where it says create a site, click there. You want a team site. It says you can share documents mainly. It needs a name, so I'll maybe just call this one file sharing. It does look like it has to be a unique name, so I just took file sharing. You might just put your name in front of it. That will make it unique. Click Next. Add additional owners if you want other people to own it, or add members. So these are individual people. You don't need to do any of that right now. You can just hit Finish. And so now I have this new, essentially, class called File Sharing. And then I can upload documents into it. There's 2 places you can do that. It has a quick menu over here at the right. But you can also just click Documents. And then you can upload a file here. So I'll upload one file here. We'll go to Pictures, and I'll upload a nice math desktop picture for people. So now I have one file here. So now when I go to my classroom, I'm going to go back to Teams. And so for period 1, I'm going to go back to General. So here's the root directory of my period 1 class. And now what I'm going to do, instead of uploading individual files into period 1, I'm going to add cloud storage. So when you click on Add Cloud Storage, it asks what kind do you want to add. We want to add the SharePoint that we just made. So click there. And now it gives me a list of which SharePoints I want to add. So it has all my regular algebra calculus classes, and then the newest one we just had was file sharing. So I'm going to click on that. The documents, and we will add the folder. So now my file sharing document is here, and now anything I put in that one file sharing documents folder will then be accessible for my students right here. And so one time, now I will add this cloud storage to all of my classes. But I only have to do that once. Once you do that for all your classes, then whenever you put in that file sharing documents class back in SharePoint, back in here, will automatically be shared with each class. So you only have to upload it once. Now one thing you might want to do for this is anytime you add something in here, a folder usually, you will want to go to the sharing properties And make sure you don't let it to be editable. You want to change it to view only. So to manage who can edit these files, you'll click on the file, or if you have folders, you can just select the entire folder. And over here at the top right is this little I. And then there is a Manage Access link. And so here you can click what people are allowed to do. So right here, file sharing members, they are allowed to edit. And so I would change that to only can view. And make sure everything is can. Now owners, your students will not be owners. They will be members or visitors. And so just check both those to only can view instead of can edit. And then your students won't change your PowerPoint in front of your eyes, which is quite funny to watch, but it's not a great time management tool. So creating your own SharePoint group can help you disperse files to your students. I'd recommend that if you want to use Teams efficiently.